Have you ever noticed how some dog breeds carry an unfair reputation, labeled as aggressive, stubborn, or even dangerous, even though they've never actually behaved that way? Well, in today's video, we're going to bust some myths and uncover the truth about the 7 most misunderstood dog breeds in the world. These dogs have been wrongly judged, whether by the media, lack of knowledge, or unprepared owners. But behind their negative image, they are loyal, intelligent, loving, and deeply devoted companions. Stick with me until the end, because I promise you'll change your view about at least one of these breeds, and you might even fall in love with them. Before we start, drop a comment. Which breed do you think is the most misunderstood, or have you ever judged a dog breed only to be surprised when you met one? Let's start with the most unfairly judged of them all, the Pitbull. Sadly, this breed has become a symbol of aggression and danger thanks to sensationalist media and irresponsible owners. But here's the truth. Pit Bulls are actually one of the most loving, people-friendly dogs out there. They were originally bred to be family companions and are known for being gentle with children. In fact, they consistently score higher in temperament tests than many so-called friendly breeds. The problem? They've been exploited in dogfighting and raised without proper socialization. That's not a breed issue, it's a human issue. If you've ever met or owned a sweet, loving pit bull, share your story in the comments. With their powerful build and serious expression, Rottweilers often intimidate people at first glance. Many assume they're naturally aggressive or uncontrollable. But the truth is, Rottweilers are calm, loyal, and deeply devoted to their families, when raised with love, structure, and leadership. Yes, they are protective by nature. It's in their history as working and herding dogs. But that protectiveness can be shaped into loyalty and obedience, not aggression. Problems arise when they're raised without guidance, or when people mistake dominance for bad behavior. A well-socialized Rottie is not only obedient and stable, but often affectionate and incredibly gentle with kids. This fluffy, lion-like dog may look like a cuddly teddy bear, but the Chow Chow has a reputation for being aloof, stubborn, and difficult to train. But here's the thing. Chow Chows are more cat-like than dog-like in temperament. They're independent, quiet, and incredibly loyal, but only to those they truly trust. They don't enjoy being smothered or overwhelmed by strangers, and many behavior issues happen when owners expect them to behave like a golden retriever, affectionate with everyone all the time. If you respect their space and socialize them from a young age, they can be calm, composed, and deeply devoted pets. For decades, Dobermans have been the Hollywood bad guys. Often portrayed as attack dogs in movies, they've been stuck with a cold, dangerous image. But in real life, Dobermans are sensitive, intelligent, and deeply loyal. They thrive on emotional connection and can become incredibly attached to their humans. They're fast learners, very obedient when trained properly, and eager to please. But they do need mental stimulation and regular activity. If they're neglected or bored, they can develop anxiety, which people often misinterpret as aggression. With the right care and training, Dobermans are protective yet affectionate companions who love being part of the family. Would you ever own a Doberman? Or have you? Let us know in the comments how it was. Gorgeous, energetic, independent, and often misunderstood. Siberian Huskies are known for being escape artists and bad listeners, but in reality, they're not disobedient. They're incredibly intelligent and independent thinkers. Unlike breeds that aim to please, Huskies think for themselves. They need purpose, stimulation, and lots of exercise. Without it, they become destructive, vocal, and hard to manage. And that's when the bad reputation kicks in. Too often, people adopt Huskies for their beauty and have no idea how demanding they are. But with structure and consistency, they're fun, friendly, and full of personality. Do you know someone who regrets getting a Husky? or someone who loves the challenge? Share it in the comments. Tiny body, huge attitude. Chihuahuas are often mocked for being loud, shaky, or aggressive, but the truth is they're bold, alert, and fiercely loyal, especially to their humans. The problem? Many owners treat them like toys instead of dogs. They don't set boundaries, they don't train them, and they tolerate behavior they would never accept from a big dog. This leads to fearful or dominant behavior and an unfair reputation. But when trained with love and rules, Chihuahuas are affectionate, playful, and full of charm. The Malinois might look like a lighter, sleeker German Shepherd, but be warned, behind those alert eyes is a storm of energy, intelligence, and working instinct. And that's exactly where the misunderstanding begins. Many people choose this breed thinking they'll get a loyal and protective companion, but they forget that the Malinois was not bred for apartment life or the occasional weekend walk. This is an elite working dog used by special forces and military units around the world, and for good reason. Without daily physical activity, structured training, and mental stimulation, the Malinois can quickly develop destructive behaviors, high anxiety, intense restlessness, and even reactivity. That's why so many owners become overwhelmed, and sadly, some even give up on their dog altogether. But the truth is, the Malinois isn't naturally aggressive or bad. He simply needs the right environment and guidance. When raised properly, he becomes one of the most loyal, intelligent, and incredible dogs you could ever meet. A true canine athlete with a razor-sharp mind. Have you ever thought about owning a Malinois? Do you think you've got the energy to keep up with one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So, what did we learn today? A dog's breed doesn't define whether they're bad or aggressive. It's all about how they're raised, trained, and treated. Each of these breeds has been misunderstood because of stereotypes, lack of knowledge, or poor ownership. But behind the stigma, they are dogs with incredible potential for loyalty, affection, intelligence, and companionship. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever owned one of these breeds? Do you think they deserve the reputation they have? Or have you seen the opposite? Share your experience in the comments because your story can help change minds and fight prejudice against these amazing dogs. And hey, if you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the dog world. Know someone who always says Pitbulls are dangerous or Chihuahuas are crazy? Send them this video. Let's educate with kindness and build a more dog-loving community together. Because every dog deserves a fair chance to be understood. And here on this channel, we're all about learning, loving, and respecting our furry friends. See you in the next video.